Hi, my friends. Well, have you ever had one of those weeks where it started off with excitement and you were up day and night, couldn't sleep, not because of fears of aging, but because you were so excited, you were thinking about tea party menus and children and whatever, and then it's over, and then what happens? Well, it's back to the simple life again. Not bad, but definitely, as Moosey says, a little bit of a letdown. Well, actually, it was a lot more than just a little letdown. As it turned out, I think you all know the dogs that live with Colleen and Micah and their family on our property. And you know, in reality, there are dogs too. They are all around. I love them. And as you know, about 10 or 11 months ago, we lost Shasta, the black lab. She was 10, and she was quite ill the last couple of months with cysts that the vet said had turned to cancer. And so we lost her. And then we just had Harley, the golden retriever, and Coda, the beautiful Iberian or Alaskan husky with the blue eyes, and such a lover, a very affectionate dog, beautiful, smart as a whip. But I think, as you know, Coda suffered from seizures. I had mentioned this several times before. She also was one that loved to escape. And one time she was missing for 6 weeks. A man had gotten her. She went out, and he kept her for almost 6 weeks, and then called because she had a chip. I guess he found out, and she must have had a seizure, and he didn't want her anymore. So we did get her back. But the seizures over the past 10 months have tripled. And the doctor doubled her medicine and said, it's not good to be on this medicine. It will shorten her life. She's only 3 now, and they got her as a brand new puppy. And unfortunately, yesterday, we lost Coda. Poor Coda has had several seizures within just the past month alone, and each one gets worse and worse. And this one, she really didn't recover from. Very violent and so upsetting for the family. And I think everyone knew that eventually they wouldn't have Coda for much longer, but what a lovely dog. So it's a sad weekend for us all. And I just hope you keep in mind the family, that that they recover from this soon. You know, I know you've all been through it, because so many of you are pet lovers and have experienced this. And you know, the other day we were talking about this, and we thought, Moose and I had so many dogs when the kids were growing up, usually big ones, German Shepherds. They all were susceptible to that hip dysplasia. And we had black labs. We had a beautiful Newfoundland dog. You name it, we had them. And, you know, eventually they all go from one thing or another. And you say, is it worth it? I say yes. To have the love and the comfort that these dogs give us is definitely worth it. So for any of you who have gone through this, I feel for you, and just keep in mind the family for the next week or so, as especially the children. And of course, Brendan wasn't able to be here. He's away in college, but anyway, I put a little tribute to Coda. She's such a beautiful, smart dog. And I put on this video, at the end of the video, there'll be some pictures, just some pictures of how loving and beautiful Coda was. And unfortunately, when Coda was missing for those 6 weeks, when that man had her, Harley, the golden retriever, wouldn't eat and had terrible anxiety. They grew up together as puppies and are just close sisters. So I think we kind of have to baby Harley for a while too. So one little clip of a video I'm going to put on, and it was the day after Thanksgiving 2 years ago that I was out in the garden doing a video, and it was a real downer of a day because COVID was in full swing. We weren't seeing anyone. Moose and I were alone, and I thought I had to put on a great big Thanksgiving dinner with all the trimmings just for Moosey and I. Well, that was a mistake because I spent the whole day in the kitchen while he was in Moosey's world watching football, and things kept going wrong. The one leg fell off the turkey, and I spilled the mulled wine on the floor, and it was a disaster. I was feeling very sorry for myself the next day. It was a nice meal in the end, but just for the two of us, I shouldn't have tried to recreate the big, 30, 40 people at big, long tables. No way. But in the midst of all this, as I'm telling you, what a bad day I had, feeling very sorry for myself. On the hillside comes this Coda. She was only 1 year old at the time. And she heard me talking, and I might have even shed a tear at that point. And she came from the back. I didn't see her at first. And she came in, and she nestled her head on my shoulder. And she gave me a big lick and looked up at me. And when Coda would look into your eyes, you knew she understood you. She understood your feelings. And she stayed there for quite a while with licks and just resting her head there, giving me comfort. And I took that little bit from that video 2 years ago at Thanksgiving time. And I'm going to put it on the end with some family pictures of Coda. As you can see, my hair is a little bit shorter. I knew I was eventually going to get around to this, and I had to cut it because it was getting very wispy at the bottom, and it just wasn't healthy looking. I've noticed my hair, I do have that naturally wavy hair, and Moosey says it's fuzzy, and when I wear a hairdo like this, it's not supposed to be fuzzy. When I do my scrunchy curly one, that's okay, but I like to vary between the two of them. So excuse the fuzzies if it's too fuzzy today, but I did cut maybe this much off. But in another month, I tell you, with my collagen, I can't believe how hard my nails are. I think it's helping here, along with my Bio-Gel, my Nivea, my Vaseline, and the makeup, of course. So, I just looked at my neck in the first reel that I did. I always do one test reel and then look and see what I look like. You always look better on camera than you do in person, and wow, it's nice. But I noticed my neck, I can cover up all my age spots and sunspots and freckles and moles and things. I'm very moly. I have a couple of moles here and everything, and I noticed them. And I don't like to bring my makeup down into my neck because then you get it all over your clothing, especially when you wear a white shirt or a white sweater. And that does not appeal to me. So normally I kind of feather it out in around the chin line so that doesn't happen. But then again, when my neck is exposed and I don't have a turtleneck on, I notice all these things. In fact, one time about a year ago, somebody said, well, there she is, warts and all. Actually, I have one wart, only one wart, and it's somewhere here. But these are moles and a permanent pimple, whatever it is. And of course, the chest is sun damage. So whatever, I've got it, and it's part of aging, and I'm okay with it. But you know what I just did? Just to see if it's going to work, I took one of my little sticks, my concealer sticks from... I think it's an e.l.f.'s concealer stick. Once again, I don't have my glasses on, but I know where they are. And I did try and just fix them up a bit. So I'll just wash that off as soon as I finish this. Moosey's sitting in Moosey's world right 10 feet away from me here. And he says, he's sort of my producer sometimes when he's inside. And he says that I did not finish my sentence of what collagen was doing for me. So I know I mentioned that my nails, my hair was growing like a weed. It's helping here. And I have to tell you, my shoulder's a little better. And remember how my fingers were going, or at least this one and possibly this one now, have quite a bit of arthritis in them. And this knuckle, which, you know, has pretty much gone on me, had gotten so painful. That was the finger I used to use to push my coffee buttons to get my cord to work. And for months, I couldn't do it. And you know what? It helped the arthritis. You know, there's studies that have been done. Some people say the verdict's still out, but honestly, so many of you have told me that it works, and it's working for me. And I do not miss a morning now where I do not put 2 scoops into my coffee in the morning. And you can't taste it. It's not clumpy. It mixes right in. And I recommend it. Now, let me talk about makeup, because I know you're all interested in makeup. And you know what? I think makeup at this age is such a wonder for us. It hides so many things. And if you want to just, you know, age along with us gracefully and handle those wrinkles and everything, but you want to hide some spots and use your contour to get your jawline a little better, to get your nose a little thinner. You know the drill. I'm learning. I'm a slow learner, but I'm learning. And one of the things that I've been having trouble with, as you know, is my under eye makeup. Whether I try and put some eyeshadow on with a skinny brush, whether I try and put mascara. I even tried those false eyelashes. I gave those up. Thank God they weren't too expensive, because it took too long. And I'm not a fan of enjoying putting makeup on. I put it on and then I want to go. So I've been watching Glitzy Fritzy, my new pal, Mary. And first of all, I ordered one of those pens, and I think it's a L'Oreal pen, or maybe it's a NYX, NYX, where it's a very fine pen, and it draws these lines because my inner eyebrows are disappearing. And I watch Mary do it, and she can get these little strokes that look like real hairs. And I have used it. Mine is brown, but my eyelashes, my eyebrows are really blonde. I don't know why they didn't turn white with my hair, but wish I could find a blonde one, but I do. Thanks, Mary. I'm learning to do it. And today I didn't put any mascara under my eyes. I just took my little skinny makeup brush, and I left it in the other room, and I just put some color on there. So maybe I'm learning. It's a softer look, I think, and I'm okay with it. I even put a little bit of eyeshadow. I didn't have a bronzer handy on the sides of my nose because I watched somebody do that. And of course, my glow. Now, before I forget, I had a comment about someone who wanted to know this lipstick. When I'm not wearing the red, I wear this one, and it's a Revlon lipstick. And the number is 625. You know, the Revlon lipsticks are only about $6 or $7 now. They used to be expensive, but I don't know what's happening. But they're available on Amazon, and that's where I get it. Number 625, and the name of the shade is something Amethyst. Why can't I remember that now? Oh, Iced Amethyst. And it's a very dark, sort of with the blues in it, dark mauve. And I do put a little bit every once in a while of my glow stick, my L'Oreal Infallible highlighter that I use here, 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 and my cheeks. A little bit on here just to give it a glow or lighten it up a bit. So I forget your name. If I want to say Linda, that had asked me, and I said I would get back to her. And you know, when you try and go back and find the comments, they're hard to find. So I hope you're listening. Is it Linda? Anyway, let me know who, I can't remember your name, but let me know that you did get the message and the number and the name of the Revlon lipstick. I do have a little list here of, what does this say? A goal digger. Isn't this cute? Unfortunately, it's 2021, so I just use it for making lists. It's not really a diary, but cute name, isn't it? Good idea, too, to write down your goals. But although it's such an unbusy week this week coming up, I don't really have too much to talk about, and I haven't written too much down here. But two of the things I did want to write down, I think I mentioned that I wasn't able to get watercress with all my shopping trying. Now, I didn't get to Sprouts, but I tried Trader Joe's, Amazon Fresh, and of course the supermarkets and whatever. So I did use some microgreens that I found at Trader Joe's, and I was quite happy. And these were for those tea sandwiches that I made for our family tea party. And I loved the microgreens. I got all fascinated with them. And here I go with a new little hobby that I wanted to do. So I decided, well, if I can't find microgreens in the stores, not microgreens, watercress, I'm going to grow it myself. And I read up on it. It's very easy to grow. Most watercress does grow in the bogs, along the riverbeds in various places. Their roots love to be waterlogged. And so that's good. Told me how to grow them. The soil is a mixture of perlite, vermelicite, I pronounced that one wrong, and then a peat soil. Moosey loved the name of it. It's carnivorous. Now that sounds crazy, but it's supposed to be a light soil for drainage because you've got to keep these roots pretty wet all the time. So you can grow them in pots. You can grow them indoors like you would grow microgreens, and then you snip them every couple of weeks. I guess it takes 21 days to germinate and become something you want to eat. And I love putting it on sandwiches of all kinds. Not that I eat that many sandwiches, but I'll put it in salads. So that's my new hobby, and everything's supposed to come today. My new kinds of dirt. I do have some perlite out there for my cactus. And so that's one of my new hobbies. I think I'm going to grow it in 2 of these clay pots that I have out there that they're not too deep, and I can keep them inside for a while and then transfer them to the outside. I was outside in the garden this morning. It was also wash day. Lots of fun things to do this week and very exciting. And I did have to clean out the bird bath. It had gotten, the water had gotten kind of mossy, and the birds like fresh water. So I was looking around at everything, and I noticed that buds are starting to come up on my perennials, especially my lilies and various other things. To tell this to Moose yet, but it was kind of fun looking at them. So I'll let you know how I do with my watercress. Now up here behind us, my amaryllis seems to be in a stall for some reason or other. I noticed that it's on its 3rd growth. Maybe that's the problem, but maybe I have to stick it in a warmer area. Our cottage is not too awfully warm. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Now, the exciting part of the coming week is that Cindy and I, Cindy is Matthew's wife, and we planned this a couple days ago when I met her halfway and dropped off the soup. By the way, my pea soup this time was lovely. It was very chunky. Moose thought it had too much ham in it and carrots and everything, but Matthew and Cindy loved it. I brought some French bread down to them. We had it with French bread. but it was real good. And as a matter of fact, at 3 o'clock in the morning this morning, I went into the refrigerator and had 3 swigs of it. I wasn't sleeping last night. It was one of those nights. As long as you're looking up on my mantle, do you notice that I brought in the beautiful heart Valentine's wreath that Moosey gave me? I hope it shows up. You know, it is a beautiful red roses and things. They're not real. They look so real, but it's a beautiful wreath, and we decided we'd get more enjoyment from it to have it inside. So I have it up there, and maybe I'll do another close-up of it. I think some of you have noticed it on our front door for a while. As you know, I have not gotten my glasses fixed yet, so I'm going to try and fit that in this week. And I want to go to Costco this week and get some salads. I think I need more salads in my body to keep my aging on track here. So many things enter into when you get up into those years, and I've discovered that I think I need more water in my system and more greens. So I am about to leave in a little while. I have been doing wash, so we have a few things that I want to just hang up before. I'm going to show you my, I don't know what to call it, my leisure suit. The minute that I walked into the room a little while ago, Moosey did not notice my hair, but he noticed the suit, and he wanted to know if it was corduroy. Well, I don't think it is. I'm not sure. I don't think it is corduroy. I think it's a velour that has the appearance of corduroy. And once again, it's a Walmart outfit, and I did pick it up about 6 weeks ago. And it involves just a jacket, which I'll show you in a minute. I'll stand up, and pants that go with it that are kind of like those track pants. They do have elastic around the ankle, and they're cozy and warm. They have great cuffs, which I have turned back. And it's good for this transition period in between winter and spring. So I will show you that. I'm not buying a lot of clothing. Someone, I think Mary Kay, asked me to put the links to some of the clothes that I buy. Well, I really am not into buying too many new clothes anymore. And it's a practical decision, and I'm not a practical person. But, you know, we really don't have all those occasions, being in our mid-80s, to get out and socialize all the time. And if we do, it's more of casual type things, except for the tea party. But that was all from my closet. And I think, as you know, I'm a saver of things, favorite things and otherwise. And I have tons of clothes. So when I show you clothes, I will note the things that I've bought probably within the past couple of months. And I think, by the way, this leisure suit is on sale. I think I saw it. They're separate pieces, very, very reasonable. And by the way, every once in a while, I watch some of these gals who buy the couture clothing, and it's wonderful. It's beautiful. Not only that, then there's a few steps down and expensive department stores, which is great. And of course, stitching and the quality of the fabric maybe might be better. But you know, I did have a retail shop myself at one point, romancing the home back in the 80s and 90s. And I did buy from a lot of outfitters. And I tell you, things are marked up 3-4 times, believe me. And many's the time, the same outfits that you might see in a quality department store are the same ones that you can get in lower priced stores. So what I'm trying to say is you can look smart and classy in Walmart, Target, who else? Any other type of clothing, as long as you choose, and that's, to me, choosing the right style that might look like something that is a little more expensive in another store. And I think that's the fun of it. I've had my days of fun clothing all those years and wearing it and everything. And now it's just another challenge to be able to find a classy outfit for a reasonable amount of money. And by the way, that includes thrift stores. So don't let your ego get involved in your shopping. Believe me, you can find some great things for pennies. This is a Walmart outfit. It's sold in separates, the jacket and the trousers, the tracksuit type with the elastic on the bottom. The brand is No Boundaries. Now, you might be able to find it online in Walmart, but I did get it in the store. And this is just called Fashion Jacket, Fashion Pants. And this color, which really is a sort of a cocoa color, is called brown. Go figure. So you might still find it. I think I saw it on sale, separates, and honestly, the pants were no more than $10 or $11, and the shirt probably around $15. Not really bad for a nice outfit that'll get you through the transition into spring. So that's about it for my sort of unbusy week. And I will let you know how the movie was, 80 for Brady. That's on Tuesday. Now, I don't have a set schedule for lately since Christmas when I was doing the Vlogmas every single day. I was trying to put in about 3 a week. It's every couple of days. But if you subscribe, do put the notifications on so that you get that notification buzzer when I put up a video. One of these days I'll figure it out, and since I do vlog basically about our life and what we're doing, sometimes it's a busy couple of days and sometimes there's just nothing happening, but that's okay too. So next week I should have a little more to talk about my watercress coming and planting and the movie and who knows what. Who knows what will happen. The weather is getting nice, so we'll be outside a little bit more and probably doing a lot more gardening. I want to thank Natalie, my beauty diva, for giving us a shout out this week again. I think it's so wonderful, such a kind thing to do for creators, to mention them and how much they enjoy them and give them a shout out. So in case people are not aware of them, you can go and it helps channels grow. And I think that's such a kind thing to do. I try and do that as much as I can too. I just wish more people would do it because it sure helps. And you know, I don't think it takes anything away from the person who's giving it. And if you remember, Rockstar Mom was the one that put Moosey and I on the map 2 years ago. And I will forever be grateful to her. So go and watch Natalie, the Beauty Diva. And I'm sure most of you do. And of course, most of you do watch Rockstar Mom too. Plus a lot of other gals who've given us shout outs. And I am very grateful for all of them. So as you go through your week, think of Colleen and Micah and the kids as they're getting used to life without Coda. And also Harley, who I know is going to have a tough time missing her sister. Now, probably one of these videos, we're going to talk about something that I thought about the other day when I read an article that was similar to what I was talking about last week. All of us coping with the fears of aging. And I did a whole video on that. And the article went on to say that the opposite of fear is courage. And I thought, what a great topic to talk about one of these days. What courage is in the aging process, how you get it, how you keep it, and what you do with it. So thanks so much, everybody, for watching. I love you all. Bye for now. See you in a couple of days. And God bless us all. And also this crazy world of ours. Normal preparation. Now, it's been a long... Oh, hello, sweetie. How did you get here? You're making me feel good. I love you. Yes. Well, anyway, I started... You want a real kiss, don't you? A proper kiss. Yes. I realized that as I was preparing the rest of the dinner, now this makes me feel good. It puts a smile on my face today. Yes, where's your brothers and your sisters? Where are they? And the kitty cat? Where's the kitty cat? Isn't this a beautiful dog? This is Coda. And Colleen and Micah and the children have 3 wonderful dogs, a golden retriever and this beautiful 1-year-old, I guess it's a Siberian Husky, beautiful markings. And the cat, though, does rule.